So Dave and I have done this before. We've done the if aliens came down and they challenged the best humans, the civilization on Earth, to save the universe, who would we choose as our team? Now that doesn't mean who is the best five of all time in the NBA. That's not what it means. It means who is the best five together, the best overall unit. Who would complement each other the best? So my starting five, I've revised it a couple times now, and I'm pretty sure this is locked in the five I would want. I would want Steph Curry at the one. Not saying he's better than Magic Johnson, but for this lineup, he fits better. He's the greatest shooter of all time. Spreads the floor, very cerebral, great IQ, good passer, and elevates others. He doesn't have to dominate the ball. He can move without the ball clearly. He can shoot beyond 30 feet. So you want a shooter on your court. The greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry at my one. At my two, who most considered the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan, the greatest scorer of all time. Great two-way player, great defense. Obviously, I can go on and on about how talented and gifted Michael Jordan is, but he would be my two. Now, number three, in my opinion, the greatest player of all time, or certainly the greatest overall player of all time, LeBron James at the three. He can guard 1 through 5 and play 1 through 5. You need versatility if you want to play these aliens, and that's what LeBron James provides. He can pass, he could score, he could shoot, he could defend. He does it all. So that's your third. That's your three. Now, for the four, this is where it gets kind of interesting because I love Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward of all time. Great defense, Mr. Fundamental, right? But this is where I kind of made a sub here, too. My revision was Larry Bird because he does stretch the floor, just like Curry. LeBron and Michael Jordan are great players, probably the two best players on the court, but they're not the best shooters, pure shooters, and you need shooting to stretch the floor with such dominant presence like a LeBron James, like a Michael Jordan, who like to attack the rim a lot too. So Larry Bird would be at my four to stretch the floor, shoot, and of course Larry Bird's an all-time great. He can pass. He could do pretty much everything else as well. But that shooter on the court, I think, would be crucial to defeat these aliens. Now, five. This is one of the probably the greatest positions in basketball when you look at the all-time ranks with Wilt and Bill and Kareem and Shaq and Olajuwon. This one was tough, but for me it's Shaq. He's the most dominant center of all time. Maybe not the most decorated because you look at people like a Kareem, a Wilt scored 100, Bill Russell 11 titles. I mean, Shaq is clearly decorated as well with NBA titles and MVPs, but as far as dominance and presence in the paint, both defensively and offensively, and for his size, he was shockingly mobile, and he's extremely aggressive. And to fight these guys like who fought in the Toon Squad, who played in the Toon Squad, these monsters, these monstars, I would need somebody with pure size, athleticism, and aggressiveness, and that's what Shaq provides. So that would be my all-time starting five to play these aliens who are trying to take over the universe. Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Larry Bird, and Shaquille O'Neal.